Hello and welcome to the next in the series of Bigfoot videos. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all the people who watched the previous Bigfoot video, who came over from the Facebook posts and the Reddit post. And for the new subscribers, I've got 651 views on the video and 21 likes and a whole load of new subscribers. So thank you ever so much for coming over, and thanks for all the comments on the video. Just loads of great positive comments on Facebook in the video, and it was really good. So the other thing was that I also got under the video, let me say here, no, not there, here, got a comment from Sid C, and he wrote an article. So that's over here on cryptosightings.com. Finding Bigfoot using Google, I'll start again. Finding Bigfoot using Google Maps with advanced data research. And that's by Crypto Guy. The search for Bigfoot is constantly evolving as researchers are able to develop better and better techniques due to improvements in technology or advanced equipment. As many of you already know, the BFRO has a database of reported Bigfoot sightings and encounters from various locations that are updated regularly. YouTuber Toby Langford is working on a very interesting project that uses this database of Bigfoot reports, along with Google Maps, to find the places where Bigfoot is most likely to be found. We have seen some of these Bigfoot maps using data to pinpoint Bigfoot hotspots in the past, although Mr. Langford seems to be advancing this concept even further and taking it to a new level. According to Langford, he is using the R programming language, along with Google Maps, Google Earth, and Google Images, to track clusters of Sasquatch sightings. This type of Bigfoot data has already produced potential patterns of Bigfoot locations, so being able to use this even more effectively may be a key to a breakthrough. The results of his work so far are extremely interesting, and there seems to be much more on the way. We get a look at the process and some of the results in his search for the elusive cryptid in this new video. Be sure to check it out and give him a follow over on YouTube to keep track of his upcoming updates and advancements. While finding Bigfoot using Google Maps or Earth isn't in itself a new concept, the work being done here could really advance our use of this technique and make it much more detailed and informative. Perhaps one day, tools like this will lead to finding the concrete Bigfoot evidence we're all looking for. Maybe the work being done by Mr. Langford will help lead to more great Bigfoot sightings 2018. So thank you very much, and there was a comment on this. Very cool how the data can be narrowed down to take a look at exact sightings, locations and such using different Google applications. Bigfoot Sasquatch maps into a whole new virtual realm. This is just great stuff. So thank you everyone. That was John Grant 213. Okay, so in the previous video there were these 4 hotspots. We've got this one up in Washington, and we've got California and Ohio and Florida. So I've now moved the map, the center, so that it's now focused on Salt Fork State Park in Ohio. And zooming in now, you can see we've got a hotspot in Ohio, and at the moment the hotspot looks like it's just above the O of Ohio, and actually there's an area up there to the northeast of the word Ohio that we probably need to investigate. But in this video, just carrying on down into Salt Fork, which is definitely a hotspot, it's almost as if there are more sightings to the north of there, but they're spread out over a very wide area. Here we have, over the P of Pittsburgh, we have a very bright spot, and at the very center of the map, which is currently Salt Fork State Park, we have another bright spot. So zooming in, it's now above the I of Zanesville, and we can now see the crossroads near Cambridge, and Salt Fork now is just to the north of there, and you can start to see a little bit of green. The state park itself now starting to come into focus, and the sightings for Salt Fork seem to be over to the western side. Now zooming in, you can see the cluster, most of the sightings on the eastern side of the lake, with a couple over on the west. Getting in now where we can start to see some of the areas like Birmingham, Kimbolton, Winterset, Antrim, and is that Londonderry? So we've got some Irish names, Cambridge, Centre, and Old Washington. Oh, and okay, and now we can see that we've got this R1 and R4 road, and actually I think we're going to be able to Google Maps that and Street View that later on. So now what can we see? I think, yes, the lake is called Salt Fork Lake. We're now zooming into a point where we've only got 4 sightings. Edit, clear the console, and I'm going to run this bit of code here that ties it down to certain latitudes and longitudes. Let's hit run and see if it works. It's running. So we've created a subset data set that should just be Salt Fork, and we're now going to show that on the map. And R is being really slow. Still running, waiting for the cursor to come back. The cursor's back now, and we have a map. So this shows that we're now working with a subset of the data, which is just the Salt Fork data. You can't see any of the other sightings around there. And actually, what we can do now, we can click on sample 4, and we see that, oh, let's have a look at what we've got. While picnicking in early evening, oh, it's a shame we can't see the rest of that one. Large creature mistaken for roadkill. Sighting of 2 animals walking a ridge. Vocalizations heard and tracks found. Possible sighting by teens in Salt Fork. Possible stalking near Salt Fork Lake. We've seen that on the map. Possible rock throwing display. That's an interesting thing that I don't think we've covered in the past. But there are loads of videos on YouTube about rock throwing. Now this is my favourite. 41452. Couple flees their campsite after a whatever. And we'll look at that one in a lot more detail in a moment. So let's have a look at where that is. So I'm going to create this new data set called couple, and I'm going to run the mapping again. Let's do that. See if it works. It's all a bit slow. And did we get a map? Yep, we got a map. So great, we can see where this sighting is. Let's have a look at Salt Fork on Google Maps. And I think we know the area so well already. Oops, am I in the wrong place? That's funny. I know the area, I'm in the wrong place. There's Columbus. Here we go. So we know the area pretty well already, and I'm zooming in here. There's a golf course, and I wanted to just quickly look at this here. Salt Fork Park Lodge and Conference Centre. See the shape of these buildings here. Go to the satellite. We have, I think it'll, yeah. We have these buildings this side, and we have a pool in the middle. And let's look at that in context so we can see where it is. Just looks lovely. It's absolutely surrounded by forests. And to me it looks like maybe you come in along this main road and you have to come off the main road over here. There's Salt Fork Lake. Go up through the woods and eventually you turn left and you get to this place. So it's really off the tracks, and this is what it looks like. It's just beautiful, and just thought this was an incredible photo. So just wanted to look at that quickly as part of the context. Let me just go back to R, see if we can work out. Here's the building, here's the golf course, and our sighting is to the northeast of that. Should probably put a pin in the map. Let's go back to R. Goes up like this. It's to the left of the main road. It's around here. That's great. So that gives us some context. Now we're going to have a look at sightings by region on the BFRO database using that number 41452. And we know it's Ohio. I'm clicking on Ohio, and Salt Fork is in Guernsey County. So we have February 2017, casting, couple, here we go. Couple flees their campsite after a possible late night encounter at Salt Fork State Park. So what we got? Report number 41452, Class B. Submitted by witness on Tuesday the 18th of June 2013. Year 2013. Oh, summer, June 17. Here we go. See, it says here, location details, site 3/4 or site 3/4, I'm not sure, in the primitive campsite on Bigfoot Ridge. Nearest town, Cambridge. Nearest road, Freedom Road. Observed, 17th of June 2013. Salt Fork State Park, Bigfoot Ridge. Me and my girlfriend went to bed at about 10 p.m. Off and on we heard really weird loud screams. At about 1 a.m. she woke me up in terror because it was outside our tent, just feet away from our heads, pulling handfuls of grass. She was frozen with fear and waited for it to walk away. When it did, she opened the tent, where she heard twigs cracking, and shined the flashlight in that direction when she saw its really big yellow eyes. They were close together, and it turned towards the wooden tree line. We believe it watched us grab our stuff and end the trip early. We left our tent and hauled it out of there fast. We are completely traumatized over the experience and would like to talk to someone who believes. We also believe we attracted it because I was knocking trees just after sunset. We were told that there were other people supposed to be in the area camping, but it looked like they left early, also leaving the camping gear behind. Other witnesses, just the two of us. Other stories. Yes, that's kind of why we went and wish now we didn't. Environment, next to the marsh, quiet, clear night. All the frogs in the area stopped making noise all at once, and my dog was acting weird and wouldn't come out of my Jeep. So, there was a follow-up investigation, but I won't go into all the details there. One thing that stood out for me was that Bobcat Goldthwait made a film in 2013 called Willow Creek, and the story of Willow Creek is kind of similar to this. It's a couple who are interested in Bigfoot stuff who go somewhere near the site of the Patterson-Gimlin footage to kind of film themselves overnight, and they have this Bigfoot experience. I don't want to spoil the film, but that's it. So the other thing I was going to do, if it's possible, if I can work out how to do it, I want to do a question on the YouTube video. So the question's going to be, if you were going to stay in Salt Fork, would you stay in a tent or would you stay at the lodge? And if I don't manage to do it as a proper question thing on YouTube, please comment below. Tent or lodge? What do you reckon? Because we're going there. We're actually going on a Bigfoot trip in May. We're coming to America, and we're going to be going through Ohio, so we are planning to go to Salt Fork. To be honest, I don't think I'll have a tent with me, so that's kind of my excuse as to why we won't be staying in a tent. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, but I'm not going to pretend that I would enjoy hearing something outside the tent if we were staying in Salt Fork. But what do you think? Please comment below.